Curt Miller. Go ahead with questions.
Could we start, could you just comment on the teams that got here for the NCAA? I mean, if you are a basketball fan, you couldn't ask for really a much better matchups, could you?
You know, certainly we were disappointed that we're not here, but BG hit a home run in terms of attraction to put on a great first and second round here. The #1 overall seed in the tournament is coming to your arena, and you have the in-state Big Ten, you know, power in Ohio State here. It couldn't have worked out better for Bowling Green, and I'm excited because, as I said, I hope that we put on a first-class tournament so in the future we're looked favorably upon getting another opportunity to host somewhere down the line, and I think that's a huge piece. If we put on a great tournament and our administration does a great job, we will have a chance to do this again at some point. So I'm very excited about the teams that are here for them and our fan base, but Northwest Ohio. There's going to be tremendous teams, tremendous players, coaches with a lot of character, and they will now, my fan base will finally feel like that I'm calm when they see Kim Mulkey coach. So that'd be fun.
Or even Coach Foster.
Coach Foster, I'm a little more animated than Coach Foster, but.
Will you speak, Curt, a little bit about your opponent on Thursday, what you do know about BCU?
Yeah, well, first we were, you know, we had our fingers crossed since the loss in Cleveland that we would get a home game on Thursday and have an opportunity to play in front of our home crowd. What a great opportunity. It's not the NCAA tournament, but we're blessed to have the opportunity to play in front of that home crowd, and we had one day that it could be squeezed in. So we're very excited. VCU is a really tough draw for us. They play in a great league in the Colonial. Have great respect for the coach, Beth Morgan at the time. Beth Cunningham was a great player at Notre Dame. Dad was a coach at Indiana. You know, I've known her for a long time. We've talked ball screen offense through the years with each other. So great respect for how she's built that program there. They have two unbelievable players that headline their team. They have a power forward that is as good as anyone in the country, a monster rebounder, a terrific scorer of the basketball, can score in a variety of ways, and makes as many tough shots as some of the elite players in the country. And so she poses a difficult matchup. And then their guard, Barbara, is originally an ACC player and an all-conference ACC guard. When she was a freshman in the ACC, you looked at her as one of the best young guards in the ACC. 4 years later, as a redshirt senior, she's doing great things for them. So their 1-2 punch is as good as it gets at the mid-major level. And so we realize what a tough draw it is. They're huge. They're a great rebounding team. They've always been defensive-oriented under Coach Cunningham. So we have our work cut out for us in a short prep. But again, we're really, really excited that we're still playing and have an opportunity to be in our 8th straight postseason. And we're excited that it's at home.
When you say it's a tough draw, is it partially because they're a good team, obviously, but also because of their size and their style of play? It looks like their style of play is very different from yours.
They're built differently than us, and you look at our last 2 losses, we lost to athletic teams that could put the ball on the floor against us and attack us different ways, and VCU is very athletic and very large. They're going to make us work at the offensive end every single time, and even when they don't have things go great offensively, they can just pound you on the board. So it's a tough matchup athletically. You had that same feeling when we saw Georgia Tech come across the TV screen last year. You know, VCU is not built like some of the mid-majors in the Midwest.
Are they similar mainly to Central.
They're bigger. They'll make Central Michigan look small. I think there'll be some of our fans that take a deep breath when they watch warm-ups. If you do the eye test in warm-ups, they're going to be the heavy favorite. But games aren't won in warm-ups. But they're very, very big, and they're well coached. It's a great challenge for us, but you're not going to get a weak team in postseason. And so we knew we were going to play someone talented. You know, again, we're pleased to be at home.
Is there a measure of respect having 4 MAC teams in this?
We thought that, I personally thought it was a no-brainer for 3, and then I thought Central's late run, winning 6 or 7 games in a 2-week period, really put them on the bubble and maybe nullified a computer ranking or an RPI ranking, and I'm glad that they got in and rewarded. It will be good for their young team. It will be good for our league as we move forward. So, you know, pleased. And I liked some of the draws of our MAC teams. I think, you know, some of those other 3 teams have a chance to advance. And so we wish them well. I'm not convinced that we don't have the toughest draw, but again, we're at home and a couple of our teams are certainly on the road.
Jessica mentioned that you gave them a couple of days off just to maybe clear their heads and then refocus. And while it hasn't been that long, but have you seen maybe a renewed energy and the smiles on the faces, or is it still maybe drawn some of them down the way that ended in Cleveland?
You know, I was really pleased after Saturday and Sunday off what to expect Monday morning. Classes began again after spring break. You know, you see all your friends come back with tans, and you spent your spring break getting ready for the MAC tournament that ended sooner than you wanted. And we got them up very early Monday morning to lift weights, and then by 9 a.m. we were starting practice, and I walked out with very much an unknown of what kind of demeanor they would be, what kind of mood they would be in, and from the beginning they had energy. There was excitement to be practicing again. I saw a passion, a hunger, and that's all a coaching staff can ask for. And I was really, really pleased with our attitude and our effort on Monday's practice. It continued today. You know, there's at this time of the year, I think every coach has trouble with attention span. You're doing a lot of the same things that you've been doing since October, but their energy and their excitement to be practicing and playing is a big, big piece of the WNIT. There's teams in the WNIT that are absolutely excited to be in it, and there's teams that are limping to the finish line. And I think attitude and the way you prepare is as important as anything at this time of the year. And the mature teams and the teams that really take this opportunity you know, seriously, are the teams that can make runs. And you know, we're going to take one game at a time, but I've really liked, I know it's a long answer, but I really like how we've prepared Monday and Tuesday.
Coach, how will you approach this from a coaching standpoint? A lot of teams see it as a chance to kind of get ready for next year, maybe play more players, new positions, more minutes. Will you approach it this way, or will you pretty much have rotations and the same things you were doing late in the season and in the tournament?
I think we'll have, certainly we're going to play to win, and we have rotations the same. I do believe as a springboard into next season that with only one senior in uniform, that it's a great opportunity for a young team to be in postseason. We're challenging again ourselves against an athletic, big team. We don't see this kind of size in the MAC night in and night out. But what lies ahead for us in non-conference next year, this is a great stepping stone because we've continued to try to elevate our scheduling, and you know, we got to play more and more teams like this. And so but we're going to play to win and not change much rotation, and hopefully we'll play well and have fun. I mean, I think the theme in this game, as we grow and springboard in the future, is still to have fun and understand. One of the little goals that we set with this opportunity is we can break a school record for home wins. This is not the best team that Bowling Green's ever had, but they have a chance to be in the record books as the best home team ever, and what a way to start in the Stroh Center. I think we're 60-3 in our last 63 games, and between Anderson and Stroh, and to break a school record for home wins in a season in your first year in the Stroh, it could be something very, very special that this team gets to claim.
Any other questions? Okay.